Greetings, this is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster, and it is Saturday, October 20th? What is it, the 20th? Yeah. This is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster. It's Saturday, October 20th, and about 11 days from Halloween. Most of my Halloween costume ready. But yes, I just saw the Halloween remake. Number 11 in the Halloween series. They're up to 11 of them. So, yeah, like the Friday the 13th series that was kind of ripping it off. Like Nightmare on Elm Street, also kind of the same idea. Slasher movies in the 80s, they were a big thing. Halloween was the first. So while Mark's Cards is off in Disney World, or shortly returning, I'm reviewing Halloween. This is a franchise he's into. And Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. All these and The Exorcist and mainly the Halloween, Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. They were the three big slasher genre things in the over the last 40 years, and mainly in the 80s. They made a bunch of these. Halloween movies. The Michael Myers. Many current late X gen, early my generation people are gonna think Michael Myers is Michael Myers the actor who was on SNL in the 90s, but no. There was this character called The Shape, or Michael Myers, from Halloween in 1978. It was quite a bit earlier than that. I was not 8 years old when I saw this movie. I was a little older, but only a little. The first Halloween movie I ever saw was actually Season of the Witch, and that was a little bit later. So that was the first one. I remember being freaked out by that movie because I was probably too young to be watching it, but it was roughly the same time period that I saw Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and The Exorcist. So I was probably about 12 or 13. Every junior high kid could see a scary movie. Not everyone, but a lot of them see the scary movie. It was probably like Season of the Witch was in the theater. It was in the theater in one of those. There was like a twin theater that showed double features, and it was that one and something else. Yeah, and they let us in because they didn't care. But yeah, I remember seeing Halloween 5 and Halloween 6 with Mark's Cards. They were not very good. They were stupid. But yeah, and 7 was the one where they rebooted it with they brought back Jamie Lee Curtis and called Halloween H2O. That was actually done 20 years ago. And that one they kill him. They decapitate Michael Myers. They cut his freaking head off. His head is off, only to have, because it made money, have it 2.5 years later. They do a resurrection one, and they just made it look like he wasn't really gone. He was actually somebody else that couldn't have been him, and Michael Myers put the mask on him. And that was stupid, and the fans hated that. But we saw that one too. Oh, yeah, so that was in the 2000s. I didn't see the Rob Zombie ones, I don't think. I saw the Rob Zombie Friday the 13th. That wasn't the Halloween movie. There was a review of the other one, and I was like, no, I haven't really seen this. No, it was that and A Nightmare on Elm Street that that was redone. There was a remake of that by someone else. That was not very good. Or these slasher movies all blend together after a with Nightmare on Elm Street. There was an airing on 36 or something late at night on the Creature Features. They weren't supposed to air it uncut, but it was aired in uncut. I saw that particular airing that night. That was not thanks to Jim Ticon. That was my sister. She was going to watch the special airing of the movie. But we saw it after that. But yeah, that was after it was already out on TV. So that was, yeah. I think Elm Street 2 was the one that I saw in theaters. It wasn't the first one to come in on. The second one was really bad. 3 was different. Yeah. Halloween 3 was completely different, though. It was Season of the Witch. It was anthology. It was about these scary pumpkin people. Pumpkin cult. Yeah, so now we're going to go on to the Halloween H4O, I guess you'd say it is. And incidentally, a shameless plug before we go over there is for the 20th anniversary special of Mousetrap Project, the Blair Witch parody, and the Blair Witch Project will be in 2019. And yes, it is going to be a haunted convention center. Be there when we film that next summer. Anyway, so on to oh no, yes, next summer. Yeah. Anyway, back to Halloween. Yes. In this one, there has to be some spoilers just because of the nature of the movie. If you want to watch the movie first, yeah. We give things away. Yeah. And this movie is a reboot. It's a reboot. It's definitely a soft reboot. Could even be a hard reboot, really. They change a few things around because John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis actually helped produce it. So she comes back as the grandmother now. She's the grandmother, and in this, so all of these movies are basically their own continuity. Really, there's sort of a continuity between the first couple, the fourth and fifth and sixth. And then the seventh is its own thing, H2O, and the others, the Rob Zombie ones, are their own continuity, and this one is continuous with 1 and 2. So yeah, there is a Loomis throwback in it. In fact, they even refer to the guy as this movie's Loomis, which was funny. Some fourth wall breaking stuff going on there. Yeah, this was a was it Blumhouse? Blumhouse did this one, so yeah, they that was their company. So they had, I think it was like not Louisiana, but somewhere like that, standing in for Minnesota on Halloween night, 2018, and the movie takes place starts off a little bit before Halloween as we meet up with these two blogger reporters who go to see Michael Myers, or The Shape, who is in the sanitarium, where he's been for the past 38 years, since part 2. So all those other movies never took place in this timeline. And in this one, the grandmother lady, played by Laurie Strode character, Jamie Lee Curtis's character is kind of a doomsday prepper. She's preparing for the return of Michael Myers in this version. There was a movie called The Return of Michael Myers, but it wasn't this one. It was part 4 of it. And The Curse of Michael Myers and all those other movies. The Curse of Michael Myers was bad. Anyway, not as embarrassing as Resurrection. No, that was pretty bad. But yeah, so in this case, she's a doomsday prepper, and that's an in thing for the past 2 years or so. And we have her family and her granddaughter think she's nuts and has issues. She's convinced Michael Myers will escape, the sanitarium people are dumb enough to put Michael Myers on a bus with other crazy people, and of course, yeah, it breaks down and they escape, and Myers is on the loose and rapidly begins killing people randomly in creative ways on the way to town for Halloween and then during Halloween. He does some really, really nasty kills in this movie, so Mark's Card should appreciate the gross kills. And it is R. They do manage to do some pretty nasty stuff. There's a guy gets impaled on a fence. There's a lady gets sort of impaled and stabbed in a toilet. Well, the bad guy's like going behind the stalls, and then he comes in, and there was this one part where the audience was like squeamishly like, "Oh, don't kill the little kid on Halloween." Oh, there's the kid. There's this one scene. I was like, "Oh, dude," it's like, "Oh, that was messed up." It's like, yeah, he doesn't care. He's just like, he's a total bad guy. He just takes out everybody. Well, he's not as much like the Friday the 13th guy who was after like horny teenagers and counselors. He just wants to kill everything that he can find and kill it. So that's what he's doing. The stoner guy and the hipster guy and the gangbanger guy and some cops, and somebody gets their head squished. A rather messy scene. There's the I won't see all the kills. I'm gonna give it away. Yeah, and of course there's a final haunted house type showdown at the last act of the movie. In this haunted fortress cell type of thing, where Laurie has trapped him in the house, or he's outside the house stalking her, but she's stalking him, and the family's in there, and they're down in the basement, and then they're up above, and the big fight scene. I will not give away the ending. I won't give away the ending. I will give away whether they can make any more. If it makes money, they'll make more. But yeah. So yeah, I mentioned some of the kills and stuff, and I really don't want to go into too much detail of it because it just came out literally a couple of days ago, and yeah, so I liked it, and the critics have also liked it. It was a very good Halloween movie. There was only one or two scenes that could have been done better. In terms of the critical eye of producer, director. I've done some amateur horror spoofs in the past, and so those amateur Robotech things and Star Trek things don't have jump scares usually. But if you're gonna do that, they did some effective jump scares in this movie. But if you're gonna do like Michael Myers or The Shape, as Carpenter called him, the movie ended the credits, running around. Probably don't crescendo the music so much because they're going to know it's coming. It's much scarier if you don't do that. Like the bad guy just whoop, jumps out. He's just right there. It's like, oh shit. Now they did that in a couple of scenes in there that were really good, but there was this one. It's like you didn't need the music right there. That musical cue it's one scene in the Halloween house thing where they go trick or treating thing going on and everything, and they started with the music because I guess they thought, well, the audience is too dumb to notice that the bad guy's in the closet. It's like, no, they're gonna know. No, don't play the music right there. Just cut that out. Then it's fine. Other than that, a creepy Halloween movie for Halloween. For the kills and scares and whatnot. Very much a throwback to the slasher genre. Of horror movies, a very dark comedy horror or gothic kind of thing going on, and it's funny that he's wearing a William Shatner mask, an old one. So yeah, it's a good movie. It's a horror movie. It's recommended for horror fans. Yeah, the later ones and the other ones are sillier than scary. Especially 5 and 6, they were just silly. I think 6 was like PG-13 or something. I think so, because it really wasn't scary. But this was R. So yeah, they went back to the roots of the original. And said, okay, Rob Zombie did all right, but this is going to be way better. And no, he didn't really do it. Apparently, his no, it was too much like a music video. Yeah. But yeah, ew, the House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. House of a Thousand Corpses wasn't as good as Devil's Rejects, and yeah, so that was Rob Zombie. But anyway, let's see what previews. There was sort of an Exorcist remake preview. The little boy's Exorcist. Actually, in the book, it is a little boy. The Exorcist, the book, it's a boy. They changed it. At one point in one of the previews for this other movie, there's this freaky looking Nicole Kidman movie. She's playing what is it called? That looks fucked up. It's called what is the name of that? Destroyer. She plays sort of like Monster, that character from Monster, but different. And she's like a psycho chick or something, and she's got like a runaway, just like in Monster. But she's a different person. That was the other chick. that was the other girl. Played her, but in this one it's Nicole Kidman, and I'll remember it after the review. But Charlize Theron, that's right. Yeah, this one is Nicole Kidman, and the lady in the theater next to me is all, is that the lady from The Exorcist? So, oh, you're thinking of Linda Blair. She's like, oh yeah, no, Nicole Kidman. Jerry Maguire. Oh. That's all. Jerry Maguire. That's what you're thinking of. It's like, yeah, she doesn't really do horror. But yeah, Linda Blair. That wasn't Linda Blair. That would be awesome, but no. But yeah, she was the girl from The Exorcist. Pea soup fog. Actually, the most messed up scene about that movie was the hospital scene. Like the barfing girl, the bed wasn't nearly as disturbing to me as that nasty hospital scene. Ah. Ooh, gross. Anyway, that other scene with the cross was pretty gross, but yeah. Yeah, this is what they have like the. Oh yeah, in the, this Exorcist prequel, I guess it is, or Damien prequel or something. They have a jump scare in the trailer that actually works, in which the mother is like sees the kid. And he's like in the shadows, and he's all like, she's all, what's wrong? And he goes like, I'm scared, Mommy. It was really freaky looking. And then at the last second, this like hulking creature just like, and you're like, holy shit. That was, damn. That was a good jump scare right there. I didn't expect to see that. That was cool. Hope that's not the end of the movie. In the preview. Creature jumps out. That was a good jump scare. That actually worked. Because you didn't expect anything like this creature to pop out. There was a lot of Coen Brothers and Psycho and Hitchcock in this Halloween movie, and in this other one in the preview. There was a couple of other movie previews that weren't really like. There was Destroyer, and that was and there was one other sort of like drama. It wasn't a horror movie. It was sort of a drama about like young adult life or something. It was like odd thrown in there, I guess, because they're young adults in the movie or something. But yeah, so the previews were a little strange, but I guess they just figured, well, we don't really have anything to put on for the trailers in front of this. There was that Exorcist movie. There was Destroyer as well. But, she's some sort of female serial killer or something, I guess. It reminded me of Monster, which was also a messed up movie. all these Sundance Oscar movies, Oscar bait Sundance movies are coming out because it's late October, and they got to get out with all the artsy, housey movies. They're going to get widely distributed at the last minute because there really wasn't much of anything this year. We can still give the best documentary to the Michael Moore movie. The Fahrenheit 11/9, which is a sequel to Fahrenheit 9/11, sort of spiritual sequel. And so far, the best picture of the year, as far as I see it, is the one I just watched 2 weeks ago, was it? That I've now blanked on for some reason. What's the name of that? I'm going to look that up in a minute. I've got it in the queue. Just look it up. Yeah, I'm going to look it up right now. Well, it certainly wasn't Marvel Sony's Venom, because that was not that good. Okay, here it is. 2 weeks ago. Oh, 3 weeks ago. Yeah. The Star is Born movie. The Star is Born, yeah. There was also it's a remake of that too. Another reboot. But yeah, so yeah, there was one of my nieces got married last week. I asked the other one though, she's the Lady Gaga fan, if she'd seen The Star is Born, and she wasn't the one that got married. Sparkle didn't get married. Sparkle was like, I didn't see it yet. It's like, you didn't see a Lady Gaga movie? I don't get it. She goes, well, it's because, she goes, Mom started to like Lady Gaga and you did, and then it wasn't cool anymore. That's what it was. Yeah. She's not cool if... That's why I should see it. Because she's like, that's not cool anymore. You like it. That's probably true. Although she liked Phil Collins, and I liked that from back in the day. So, yeah. Well, at least it's not blurred lines where the guy's like being creepy. Now imagine blurred lines combined with Michael Myers. Ding, 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 ding. Mixing up the the that's from the other one. That's Friday the 13th. But yeah. And for those of you wondering what the weird theme music in the Robotech parody that kind of went like that was, it's from Halloween. It's John Carpenter. Not really. I sort of messed with the tempo. It's just very close, but it's a spoof. So the part where the invid gets it was Halloween. An homage to but yeah, Halloween H4O. That's not what it's called, but that's not a chemical. Halloween H2O. They were being clever with the 20s. And soon, Mousetrap 2.0 or 2.0 point. Mousetrap Project. What is it? 5 now? Oh my gosh. Well, I did 1 and 2, and then no, this would be 4. I did Mousetrap Project 2. Mousetrap Project was 1999. Mousetrap Project 2, they were all parodies of Blair Witch Project. Mousetrap Project 2 was a parody of Ancient Aliens. And also, like, shock commercials and creature feature kind of stuff. And ended with Mistopheles showing up and being evil. Played by Mark Scards. But yes, nefarious Mistopheles. And then, let's see who that was supposed to be. And in the third one was the Mousetrap Excursion, in which they go into the Badlands of the 90-acre lot, which we explored as teenagers and and young people earlier, before they were building houses on it in the 90s. We weren't teenagers anymore at that point. They were doing that, but we were exploring that when they were doing that too. So yeah, that was this excursion, and in the excursion, the joke was that the aliens blatantly came down, and it was Pandacon and other Transformer aliens, and they were basically messing with us. And my characters were beamed onto the ship, in their like mall ship thing slash like haunted place that they were at, and filmed in the mall when they were renovating in there, and they like they did for the music video, or I did a shopping music video. They let me go in there and film my Blair Witch thing, just as long as I didn't get in anybody's way. But this next one is this last one was topped by the Blair Witch excursion by having all the characters not only encounter the evil Muppet robot, of which one of my doppelganger characters, Tom Brookston, makes love to instead of being scared of it. They didn't show it, but they implied it. Then at the end, they have half of them decide to make love with each other because they're that pretentious that they decide there's no other person on Earth that could possibly stand our clone awesomeness. So guess what? We're gonna shag each other. It's like, well, where do they go from there? Well, they would have to go to the alien planet because that's what they'd have to do. Because and the alien planet is San Jose. I think this could be the most bizarre thing ever done next year. But first, we need to finish Star Trek Kaimara. Let me get that done. Anyway, so because that'd be next summer. That'd be like I'd be already out there. But, yeah. So Halloween